Are bearish outside forces at play? We'll be discussing this with Jim Wyckoff on Technically Speaking. Stay tuned. Hi, Jim. As always, so nice to see you.
Hello, Daniela. Good to see you as always.
All right, Jim, let's start off this Technically Speaking with a recap of what we're seeing in the markets today. Is it me or is it slowing down?
Well, Daniela, late last week we saw some strong upside price action in both gold and silver that produced bullish weekly high closes in both markets. So the bulls, especially in the gold market, had a little bit of upside momentum heading into this week. And then this week we're just seeing some consolidation on the charts, a bit of a pause, a corrective pullback. And as we speak now, gold prices Tuesday morning are trading near their highs right around unchanged. So the bulls still have some upside technical momentum on their side on a near-term basis, but they're going to have to show some fresh power very soon to continue to suggest that we may have put in a near-term low. Importantly, how we close the gold market this week is going to be determinant on where prices could be trending in the coming weeks. If we see a weekly high close or near it in the gold market, then that's going to be a bullish technical clue to suggest that we've got some more upside price action. Conversely, see a bearish weekly low close or close to it, that is going to suggest maybe sideways to lower price action, and with the possibility of taking out last week's low, strong technical support at 1526.70 in the June contract.
All right, Jim, let's talk about the big summit happening in the EU tomorrow and the debate over euro bonds. How might this weigh on gold?
Yeah, the market's going to watch that very closely, specifically what this meeting comes out with regarding statements on Greece and some of the other debt problems that the European Union is facing. It's also going to be important how the U.S. dollar index reacts to that meeting and how the crude oil market reacts. If we see some strong upside price action in the dollar index based upon the outcome of the meeting, then that's probably going to be a little bearish gold. The one thing I will point out, however, though, and like we saw late last week, we are seeing some safe haven investment demand come back into the gold market to a degree. That is because you're seeing the dollar index, or you saw the dollar index last week rally along with the gold market late last week.
All right, Jim, another big meeting is happening in Baghdad tomorrow over Iran's nuclear program. You mentioned in your commentary this morning this might be bearish for crude oil. Might that also play a role for gold?
It could. And in fact, if you see, crude oil has continued to be a raw commodity sector leader for quite some time now. That's going to continue to be the case. If you do see some more so-called war premium come out of the crude oil market based upon some positive results out of this meeting in Baghdad tomorrow, that's going to be an underlying bearish factor for the gold market. However, I think the EU meeting is probably going to trump the Baghdad meeting, gold market anyway, unless you see some major developments coming out of the Baghdad meeting that are unexpected.
Okay, so let's now look at your Wyckoff market rating system. Jim, what grade are you giving gold and silver for the week?
For both gold and silver, I'm going with a 3 or 3.5 rating. That's still tilted toward the bearish side. Both markets are still in 2.5-month-old downtrends. We've seen a decent bounce off the lows, but the downtrends are still in place, thus the bearish Wyckoff market rating reading.
Great, Jim. Finally, just to recap, key resistance levels for gold and silver this week.
Gold, we've got some psychological resistance at 1,600. We challenged that level on Monday, couldn't quite get above it. If we produce multiple closes above 1,600, that's going to be another bullish technical clue for the gold market. We've got strong technical support at last week's low of 1526.70, and that's in the June COMEX contract. Silver market sees stiff overhead resistance at last week's high of $29. Close above that level provides the bulls with some fresh upside technical momentum. And then we've got some strong technical support for July silver futures at the December low of $26.50 an ounce.
Jim, thanks so much for your thoughts today. We'll see you next week.
Can't wait till next time, Daniela. Bye-bye.
And thank you for watching this edition of Technically Speaking. You can email me, as always, at newsfeedback@kitco.com. For Kitco News, I'm Daniela Cambone.